Buying a land looks simple. All you need to do is walk through the plots, and if you like what you see, you sign the papers. But in farming, specifically pepper farming, that mistake could cost you months of hard work and a whole lot of capital. I saw a few comments on my posts asking me what to look out for when purchasing a land for pepper farming. And that's why I decided to make this video. So do well to save this video so you can get access to this information I'm about to share as you go. First thing you need to look out for is soil and climate. Peppers, yeah, they are very, very brutal about one thing, and that's standing water. Waterlogging causes root rot, and root rot in turn causes the whole plant to die. So you need to look out for a well-drained loamy soil. And it's not just a well-drained loamy soil, you need to look out for a soil that is rich in organic matter. So the first thing you do is take your soil to the lab, your soil sample to the lab for testing. So you look out for nutrients, you check for the nutrient content of the soil type, and then the pH. Now, pepper requires slightly acidic pH. So if your pH meter reads from 5.5 to 6.5, then you're in the safe zone. And then another thing you need to look out for is warm and humid weather conditions. Say from 500 to 2500 millimeter rainfall is totally fine. Then the temperature should be around 25 degrees to 35 degrees Celsius. A lot of these things here sounding too much, but these were things that I did not look out for before I started pepper farming, and it cost me a whole lot. I wish I had somebody telling me all this. It would have been a whole lot easier for me. So be sure to take out soil testing before you purchase any land. The second thing you need to look out for is water and terrain. Your water source has to be very reliable, and this is very important. Whether you're using borewell or you're using pond or stream, it has to be reliable, because there are times when the dry spells comes in and then you need constant watering for your plants. So you need to also check the ground water level. If it lies too high, then you need to know that you have a drainage problem. And when there's a drainage problem, no matter how dry the soil looks on the surface, there's a problem. Your peppers will never do well in that land. So how you know this is by visiting the land after rainfall. And for terrain, a slight slope is always better so that it drains naturally. Don't go for a low-lying land because you have a drainage problem. And avoid lands that take in heavy wind, because pepper vines are fragile, and heavy wind will mean your peppers will be breaking from the stem, and that will bring losses to you. Another thing you need to look out for is the land history. You need to look out for the history of the land. You ask questions if you have neighboring farmers, or because the owner of the land might not tell you these things. You need to look for a neighboring farm, and if you meet the farmer and ask them questions like, what was grown on this farm before? Is there any history of disease, infestation, or whatever, like nematodes, root rot, and all those things? Well, if the farmer does not tell you, you might have to find out yourself, because there are few things that a lab test will not show you. And that's why having technical knowledge before going into farming, whatever aspect of farming it is very important, because you know how to battle these things when they eventually come to you. And the first and one of the most important things for people living in Nigeria and anywhere else is legal and practical checks. Make sure that you check the legal history of the land. Make sure that the person that you're about to purchase the land from is the owner of the land. Make sure that there are no disputes on the land, so that you not go and buy land that somebody will come and be dragging. And instead of actually spending time working on your farm, you're spending time in the court. And last, maybe they can't win you for the court case, your land is gone. So make sure that there are no disputes. Then the practical checks are: number one, is there good access routes for you to be able to move your harvests? Number two, what is the land's proximity to the market? Because you're not going to be consuming what you're growing, you're doing commercial farming. So you need to make sure that there is a market nearby that you can sell this your peppers to. So those are the things that are most important for you to look out for. But I'm of the opinion that before you go into anything, you make sure that you get the right knowledge. And where do you get this knowledge from? You either learn from your experience or you learn from people that have already experienced these things. That's why I'm making some of these videos, and my DM is always open for people that have questions. Make sure that you get the soil test right, and make sure that you get the water, terrain, history, and paperwork right, most especially. If you get this right, then you're set up for decades of good harvests. But if you get it wrong, sometimes no amount of good farming practice or technique can save you. If this video helps, then you need to see the next video I'm going to make. It's going to be about the cost breakdown or estimates on planting pepper on 1 acre of land based on popular demand. So make sure that you're subscribed to this YouTube channel if you want to see my next video.